Hey everyone, what's going on? My name's Live and welcome back to another episode of Payday 2 Crime Edition. You guys seem to really enjoy the last stealth walkthrough, and I really enjoyed it because it's actually a pretty rare occurrence for me to finish that heist in particular because it was really difficult, and it's good to be able to do it for a video under the pressure that you have when you do it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to someone who doesn't do YouTube, but it's just weird when the camera's recording. You don't tend to do very well on games as much. You notice that with COD with me. I was just always messing up. I always blamed it on recording. But today we are doing another stealth walkthrough because you guys, as I said, seem to like me doing these. So today we're going to do something a little bit easier. We're going to be looking at the diamond store. This heist in particular is one of my favourites for kind of low pressure, quite easy to carry out heist because you get a decent pay for it. You get a few $1 million, and it's pretty easy to pick up the ideals and the key rules that apply to it. So we're going to get straight into it and see how we do. Also, for those of you who don't know, Overkill have actually confirmed they have sent some DLC to Sony and Microsoft for testing for the Crime Edition of Payday 2, so we will be having some new heists very soon. Apparently it takes Microsoft about 2 or 3 weeks to approve DLC, so we'll see how that goes, but hopefully very soon we'll have something new, and I'm really excited for that because it's more heists, and that's always good fun. So, today I'm going to be using the Cobra submachine gun, as well as the Raven shotgun from last episode. If you guys want to see my skill build, I'll leave a link down to that in the description. What I will do is I will link the last video in the description, as well as a link to the actual time in the last video alongside it, where the skill build section started. So I don't have to do it in this video again, and you guys don't have to sit through another 5 or 6 minutes of me explaining it, because that's not fair on anybody. So it's there for those of you who want to watch it. So, we're not going to buy any assets except for the body bags. We won't need expert driver because we're not going loud. That only applies to loud jobs. And apart from that, my loadout, we are ready to go. Let's just go for hot pursuit for that track. Alright. So, Diamond Store is a interesting one. It's quite an interesting one. There are 4 patrolling civvies that will go around the place, but there are also a lot of static civilians. So people who can spawn at bus stops, stand outside smoking. There are all sorts of locations. Memorizing them isn't key. I never found it to be key. I always just take care of this civilian here because she's in my way when I am coming down the alleyway. And then sometimes I'll kill another 2 civilians who are nearby. Now, this camera could possibly see me. Yeah, okay. I'll just apply a camera loop to it. Make life a little bit easier. It's always useful, this perk. I'd never ace it, though. Like, for me, I feel like 10 seconds is enough to open a door. Like, unless you haven't got lockpicking ace, then you wouldn't need camera loop ace. But it's on the same tier, so... Or it's on the tier above, actually. Okay, so, here's how this is going to work. We have 4 guards, just like a typical bank heist, another stealth job I'll be doing soon. And it's nice and easy. There are one guard is behind the camera, and there are 3 patrolling the diamond store. You also have a diamond store manager who you have to kill, who is a woman in a black outfit with a black skirt. You have to kill her, or tie her up, and she will have a keycard on her. That keycard is imperative for doing this job in stealth, because if you don't use the keycard, you basically will have the alarm set off as soon as you steal any jewellery, because all the glass cases in there are set with alarms. Unless you disable them with the keycard she carries, you can't steal any jewellery. And of course, because you're here to rob, you're going to need that keycard. First, we need to find where the keypad is, and it's pretty recognisable once you see it. Here it is. So you need a keycard to disable the display case alarm. That is a very key thing. There are several spawns. I will just spout off a couple of where I remember. There's one. Oh, once I killed this guard. That's slightly more important at this point. Make sure I've killed him. Now, I don't have any body bags. There are some down there I could run out to, but I don't want to take the risk. So, I don't know how I'm going to do this. This is going to be interesting. Are there any guards coming up the stairs? No. Okay, right. I'm going to peg it to the body bags. Probably a very bad move. Then I will show you guys some spawns when we are in a bit less trouble. There are some civilian spawns, like around the back of the diamond store, around the front, that you guys might want to know. I'm not going to show off too many of them because I don't think it's necessary to give you too much information. I think the best thing to do is give you what you need to know to complete the job, and any variations you might need to know, and that is literally all you need. Instead of worrying too much over details to do with certain civilians and certain people causing trouble, best thing to do is just know what you need to do, and then be able to do it nice and fluently. And I have just run back up here with the body bag. That's brilliant. I'll stand by what I said last time. Another key feature, just don't be an idiot around guards. That's going to be something I drum on for a very long time. And when I say don't be an idiot, I didn't quite explain it too well, I don't think. It's just, if you see a guard and you think he's coming towards you, don't act dumb. As our good friend Houston would say. Just make your timings right. Stay away from them until you have a good key opportunity to take them down. And I think there's a guard coming up here now. Are you going to come up the stairs? Are you going to be a good boy and come up the stairs? No, you're not. You're going around the stairs, you naughty child. I feel like I'm talking to a kid. That was the idea I was trying to give off, wasn't it? Oh, and this is the bank manager. Okay, she's not wearing a skirt. Black suit. Black suit. I'll have corrected that anyway. Got the key card. We'll move her. Let's be merciful. So, keypad could spawn here. It could also spawn on that wall behind the computer about there. And there's another spot downstairs I will show you once I've cleared up the diamond store. If I ever say bank, just bear with me, because I do say bank sometimes. I even say that to my mates. It's just some stupid mistake that I make. I don't know why I say bank. Okay. Is there a head poking through the wall? No, it's not. It's good. Okay. The key element when you have a dead body, like if I do repeat certain points, it'll be because I want to make sure people remember them, but also in case people didn't see the last video. A key point when you kill a guard or civilian or anyone who could get spotted is make sure the head is not visible. That is the part of the body they detect the most easily, and it can be the top half of the body as far as I know, but the main focus should be the head. So if that head's hidden behind the door, chances are if someone walks past, they won't see the legs until they're in angle coming down this corridor to see the whole body. If that makes sense, guys. So if you do happen to kill someone and you don't have any body bags, when you do kill them, try and get their head to be hidden. Make that the focus. That's always a good focus point. And here's our final guard. I have to admit, in 420, 420, that was pretty good. That was good timing. We have literally done what we need to do. We're ready to clear the diamond store, which is actually pretty cool. Blimey, that was quick. Okay, so, nice and simple. We just want to stick the keycard into the pad. You'll see it turn green when you do that. Nice and simple. Apart from that, let's take the store. So, jump down here, ECM. I'll keep 6 people alive, and I'll kill the rest. No, I'm not a homicidal maniac, but taking care of civilians on crowd control is just really frustrating. Just never do that. Because they could get up, they could try and ring the police when you're not looking. There's all manner of issues with leaving civilians alive. So I let my inner maniac come out and I kill them. Okay. I just wish there were like more cable ties you could have. I know in the skill revamp beta on the PC, you were able to have 10 cable ties, but they got rid of that in the real skill revamp. I think 10 cable ties would have been quite good, personally, because in these solo stealths where you need to really crowd control civilians is a key feature, and you don't want to kill as many, not just for the money, but, you know, if you're an ethical kind of person and you don't want to kind of feel bad about killing a bunch of civilians, and that's the best thing to do. Somebody heard me shoot that window. Hello, civilian. I'm going to take care of you. Good care. Let's deal with you. Have I got any body bags? Nope. Okay. Well, you're going to have to stay there. Deal with the guy in the car shop as well. There are safes here that can contain money bags. This is one of the safes, and there's another safe upstairs. I'm not going to open them today, only because... Well, actually, no. I'll open them. I've got the time. I've taken a little bit less time this time to do the place, so I will put a drill in there. Just have to hope that it drills without breaking very much, because it might not be very easy to hear. Alright. So I've just made that look about 10 times easier than it is. Well, actually, no, I'm saying that. It is an easy job anyway, but don't think you can just rush in. It's just because I'm used to it, and I was explaining it as I'm going along. So once you're taking care of the 4 guards and the bank manager, there are no civilians that come up here, so you're absolutely fine. Just head straight down there and take them out. Just be careful, because the fact that there are so many civilians, especially more in this back area here, if you focus too much on the front and keeping the front door covered, some of them could try and run past you, and you might not see it. Because that's happened to me before when I've been practicing stealth. I mean, like, back when I first got this game, I was trying to pick up stealth tactics. Oh, hello. Don't want you having a look, thank you. The best thing you can do is make sure you focus on crowd control. I just have to take care of all the civvies, aren't I? It's frustrating. I don't want to be a violent murderer or anything, but I mean, you know. Let's just deal with these. This Cobra submachine gun, I really like it for stealth because of the fire rate. I think it's probably one of the best fire rates in the submachine gun class. Because in stealth, at least with civilians, you only need to shoot them once, and with guards, if they're not watching, you only need to shoot them once. Even if they spot you, then their health will increase once they see you, but if you have a gun that fires bullets fast enough that are a decent damage, and I think that they are of decent damage with this gun, then you can take out the guards really fast regardless whether they've seen you or not. And that's very key for stealth. Because, I mean, things don't always run smoothly, and sometimes you bump into a guard you don't mean to. If you have a spare pager, you can take him out, answer the pager, and back him up. But if he spots you, and you haven't got the resources to handle him, you're going to be in trouble. So, potential heists from here on for you guys. I'm thinking the classic bank heist. Also, yesterday I recorded the jewelry store and Ukrainian job like together in the same video because they're the same map, and I felt that would be appropriate. Audio messed up on that. I've said in the Skyrim video, I recorded a couple of videos, that was one of them. If you haven't seen the Skyrim video yet, I haven't quite ordered out my schedule yet, because I've only just got back from holiday and I'm trying to order things up again and get more videos out. So, as you saw, there was an ATM there, and there's one here, because I used one of my ECMs though. Probably didn't need to, because no one was trying to call the police, but it's always best to use one to stop anyone who could call the police from calling them. There'll be an ATM here, and if you have dead presidents, that'll be $390,000 each, and we're currently at $1.5 million in Payday. But we have plenty of jewels here that we haven't actually stolen yet. Best thing I do is I just throw all the jewellery out of this window here towards the van, because that's the only van spawn there is, and that way I can load it all up in one foul swoop once I've cleared out the instant cache. So yeah, these safes that we're drilling, they could contain nothing. They could contain a couple of loose items that you might get in a bank deposit box, or they could contain full money bags that you can actually loot and throw in the van. It's just chance, basically. Oh, I should get drill skills on this stealth build. Not just for silent drilling, but I mean, it's just frustrating. Because at least if you have drill skills, you can leave the drill to auto restart at some point, hopefully, or have a chance to. A few less times you'll be fixing the drill then. Alright, let's switch to the Raven shotgun. The Raven shotgun's still very useful, having said about the submachine gun, because being able to launch bodies is always good in stealth. I mean, I was just trying to go for a low detection risk with this build personally. I wanted to see whether I could go for 3. I mean, 10 or lower, like I said, is probably fine for a stealth build, but obviously the lower it is, the longer it's going to take for guards to spot you. And when guards are at a distance, sometimes the lowest detection risk you can get is sometimes the best.
Watch out, fellas.
It's not always easy staying hidden. Not always easy. This drill over there is broken again. To go and deal with that. Quite interesting how there were like a couple of heists. So I mean in particular Hoxton Breakout, that on PC now you can actually do day 2 on stealth. I found that really funny when I saw that. I was like, why would that even be a stealth mission? And it's weird because even Bane's audio parts are still there, like take this stuff back to Hoxton, but in the stealth edition of day 2, Hoxton isn't even there. You do all the hacking yourself, the Hoxton does. I found it weird. I don't know why they made that a stealth job. I didn't actually look that up at any point, but they did. And I've got to try that at some point, if we get that on console, which I'm hoping we will when this DLC comes out. When a DLC comes out, at least. Oh, hang on. The drill piece finished. So have a look and see what we got. We got a big fat... Wait, what's that? I was going to say big fat nothing. Okay, we got that. Missed a package. Ah, well. Packages aren't too important. What was that? Aim? But yeah, so this was a nice and quick stealth job, and at the minute, it's paying us quite well. 2.2 million. Once you put the jewelry bags in there, you'll get a bit more. This is one of the jobs where I would say it's imperative to have Dead Presidents as a perk, because I mean, the amount of jewelry that you're picking up, that 30% extra value when you have it aced, that's going to add up a lot. And if you look at that instant cash, you've got 2 million. If I was going to be very, very rough with my maths, that's technically... I can't speak. That's technically 130% of the value. So, if I was to take a guess, a rough estimate, it'd probably be more like 1.6, 1.7 million. No, 1.7 million-ish. So, you're getting a good few hundred grand for having Dead Presidents. Just having that perk that's so cheap and so far down the ghost tree. And it's also a good one to buy for just getting up to the higher tiers anyway, for the ECM specialist perks. But yeah, so if there are any more bags, I would probably make a time lapse out of this and just run it on, because watching bags being moved isn't exactly the most fun activity in the world, but there aren't too many here. I'll move these, have a look in the other safe, which I think has finished drilling now, and we'll get out. See if we can finish in 15 minutes. Probably be a good little target. And it's a quick heist. Obviously, it's not always going to be that quick. I mean, a lot of it is waiting on the 3 guards in the store to actually come upstairs and just have a loiter around. And sometimes that can take a while, sometimes it doesn't take as much time. It's just really depends. It honestly does. So, the fact that I managed to do it in 420, yes, insert dank meme here. The fact that I did doesn't always happen. But the difficulty... the difficulty is pretty much the same either way. Because it's just, yeah. And when people think about doing stealth missions, I would never do it any less than Deathwish, because I mean, technically, roughly, with most jobs, the amount of security you face is the same on every difficulty. Sometimes there's a step up between Overkill and Deathwish, but the key feature is that there are Deathwish Titan cameras. That's the main thing that people go on about, because that is basically the cameras that can't be destroyed, can't be shot at with grenades, or, you know, tasered or whatever. That's the stuff it says in there. But, I mean, once you take care of cameras, you're okay on that front. You don't need to worry about it. So, personally, I wouldn't fret. I'd just go straight for Deathwish. If you can, of course, because, I mean, it depends on what level it unlocks for you. Because if you're not Infamous, as we said, it's level 80. If you are Infamous, it's level 20. Or you could always get someone else who already is that level and they can invite you to it. So, what have we got in this safe? What's behind door number 1? A money bag. There we go. Why can't I fill it? There we go. Excellent. Alright. So, I'm out of ammo. But what I will do is I'll just show you a few extra civilians that spawn. I think I've killed the 4 roamers at one point or another. $3.4 million payday. That's not too bad. And I mean, for an easy stealth job, that's quite a good payday to stop you from being shot at by cops. This area here, you just see a few people sat around. I'm not going to fiddle with them because I'm going to end up with the cops being called probably. And that van drives away remarkably fast once the alarm goes off. So, call it quits there. And there we go. Nice and easy stealth job for you guys. So, I stand by what I did with the diamond being the first solo stealth heist, because I wanted to prove truly how useful stealth was as just a tactic. So I'm glad that I did that still. But yeah, a few easier jobs from here on, and then we'll go to hard ones later on. So, I mean, there are still some I can't do, but ones like the bomb dockyard, that's a fabulous stealth heist to do if you know your way around it, because it pays at least 8 million a piece every time. And that's really good, because that means that certainly some stealth heists actually have a really big value on your payday. And I like that. It's good. The way they do different things. And we end up with an extended magazine. Could have been a better mod. Oh well. Well, there you go, guys. That's the end of this stealth walkthrough. A lot faster than the last one, which is good. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It's always appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next video with a brand new stealth walkthrough.